And here now is Mr. C.
Chicago, the best party in town. Chicago, Chicago, I'll show you around. I love it. Bet you about $1, you lose your blues in Chicago. Every town that Billy Sunday could not shut down. On State Street, that great street, I just want to say, they do things they never do on Broadway. Say, I had the time of my life. I saw a man who danced with his wife in Chicago, Chicago, my hometown. Chicago, Chicago, oh, that's Chicago. In Chicago, Chicago, the town that Billy Sunday could not shut down. On State Street, that great street, I just want to say, they do things they never do on Broadway. I had the time of my life. I saw a man who danced with his wife in Chicago. I said Chicago, Chicago, my Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. We're in Chicago tonight, and Chicago is the home base of our sponsor, Kraft. We're being telecast tonight from Chicago's new McCormick Theater, and we have more than our usual number of guests, and I'd like you to meet a few of them right now. As you can see, it's a nice, intimate group. This is only a handful of the 50,000 restaurant folks in Chicago this week attending the convention of the National Restaurant Association. So if you're having dinner out tonight, wherever you are, and you're not getting service, and you want to call for the manager, forget it. They're all here, and I must say that Kraft has really given us the red carpet treatment. Well, it wasn't really a red carpet, it was sort of a wide strip of pimento. And the folks at Kraft have been taking me out to the finest restaurants in Chicago, and all they order for me is cheese. But they did give me one day I could order meat. Friday. And I'd like to thank them for that. To entertain you tonight, we brought along some wonderful talent. We have Mr. George Gobel, Miss Martha Raye, Peter Gennaro, Frank Gallop, Mitchell Ayres, Ray Charles, and all of our regulars. And also we have... Need I say more? Johnny Puleo and his Harmonica gang. Wonderful. We'd like to you want to eat your mouth organ? Come on, Mr. Dillon. Let me put it to you again, John. What would you like? Oh, you want to play while I sing? Well, you'll have to ask Mitch Ayres about that. Who? Mitch.
Season about to open. Here's a new potato salad with a golden tip to it. For each 2 quarts of diced cooked potatoes, we'll add 4 chopped hard-cooked eggs and 2 tablespoons of chopped pimento. We've already added a cup and a half of chopped celery, a couple of teaspoons of salt, and a dash of pepper. For the golden touch, 1/4 of a cup of Kraft salad-style mustard. And here's what puts more savor in the flavor of potato salad, a cupful of Miracle Whip salad dressing. Watch how richly Miracle Whip covers. That famous texture is rich with extra eggs. As for the flavor, potato salad and Miracle Whip go together like baseball and home runs. When you head for the salad dressings, remember that Miracle Whip's bright, zippy flavor takes over 20 spices to achieve. And it's Kraft's better beating process, plus extra eggs that account for the smooth richness of America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip. And don't forget Kraft mustard for holiday hot dogs. Spread Kraft salad-style mustard generously on both sides of a toasted Frankfurter bun. This rare blend of spices coaxes extra flavor from the plump, juicy, outdoor broiled Frankfurters. Result, a Memorial Day treat as tasty as it is traditional. Try these other famous mustards from Kraft, too. Hearty Dusseldorf style and zesty horseradish style. Kraft made, Kraft delicious.
On behalf of the visiting firemen, on behalf of the visitors, dressed up and looking pretty, let's make it 2 or 3.
As the governor of Carolina North.
To the governor of Carolina South. On behalf of the visiting firemen from every city, let's have a song, let's have a song, let's have a song on me.
I got all my
hair to roll, here I go, singing low. Bye, Blackbird, Blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, so is he. Bye, Blackbird, Blackbird.
No one here can love and understand me.
Oh, what hard knock stories they all have me.
Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive
Late tonight,
Blackbird. Bye-bye.
I'll get by as long as I have you. Though there'll be rain and all that darkness too, but I'll not complain, for I'll see it Perry, I'll get by as long as I have you.
I could show the world how to smile. I could be glad all of the while. There is nothing I wouldn't do if I had you. I could be king, dear, uncrowned, humble or rich, poor or renowned. There is nothing I wouldn't do if I had you.
After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying. You'll feel blue, you'll feel sad. You're gonna miss the greatest time that you've ever had.
There'll come a time, now don't forget it. There'll come a time when you forget it. Someday when you're grown up, your heart will break like mine. You want me only after you've gone away.
It seems like happiness is just a thing called joy. He's got a smile that makes the lilac wanna grow. Oh, he's got a way that makes the angel heave a sigh when they know little no just passes by. Oh, the cabin's gloomy and the tables are so bad. But when he kisses me, it's Christmas everywhere. Troubles fly away. Life's so easy to go. Does he love me good? That's all I wanna know. It seems like happiness is just a thing called joy.
Somebody loves me, I wonder who she can be.
Somebody loves me. I wish I knew who he can be. Where is he?
For every girl who passes me, I shout, hey, maybe you were meant to be my loving babe. Maybe somebody loves me. I wonder who. Wherever you go,
Wherever you go,
whatever you do,
whatever you do,
I want you to know,
I want you to know,
I'm
following you,
wherever you climb,
wherever you climb,
and stumble into,
why
all of the time,
all of the time, I'm following you.
If you go north or south, if you go east or west,
I'll follow you, sweetheart, to share little loveliness. Don't make my head light to light. I'll ride away tonight.
Thank you, Martha. I've always wanted to sit down and sing with Martha because she is always so busy being a comedian that she hardly gets time to show what a great singer she is.
That's so nice, Terry. I'm all choked up. Yeah, but cool.
Here we go.
That's beautiful. Come here. Have you heard the one about the Kraft cheese salesman who went to Fireman's house?
No, he's trying to tell you that he'd like to play the harmonica when you sing.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Well, I'm afraid you'll have to ask Mitchell Ayres about that. Thank you.
And now, 2 new ideas for a Memorial Day brunch. How about a carefree barbecue, maybe in the backyard, with Barbie cuts, smoked butts, and new Kraft barbecue sauce. This wonderful new sauce is made with 19 herbs and spices. We'll brush it on slices of the smoked butt, turning and basting often. Kraft barbecue sauce simmers real cookout flavor right into the meat. Those simmering spice flavors seep into the meat and keep it juicy. For Memorial Day, you can have a carefree cookout with Barbie cuts and new Kraft barbecue sauce. And with those delicious Barbie cuts, be sure to add a colorful surprise to your brunch. Try a tray full of Pillsbury quick orange Danish rolls, topped with Kraft pure strawberry preserves. They're so easy to make. Before you pop them in the oven, top each roll with a generous dab of Kraft pure strawberry preserves. Bake 10 minutes, then frost, and serve as a flavorful partner to your festive brunch. Try some soon with Kraft pure strawberry preserves. Fresh fruit, good.
George, if my memory serves me right, you started right here in Chicago, is that correct?
Well, now, that all depends, old buddy. Started what? If you're talking about that big fire that happened here, I didn't start that. Don't pin that on me.
No, but you started a pretty good career right here in these parts, because I remember back home they're all mentioning a new comedian, George Gobel.
Yeah, I remember that name. Yeah, George Gobel. Matter of fact, he's married to my wife. Did you know that? Yeah. Alice is her name. That's her name, Alice. I remember well. Alice started in Chicago, too, you know. As a matter of fact, she not only started here, she hasn't stopped to this day. Believe me. And that's why I'm especially happy to be here, because this is our hometown. And as a sort of a nostalgic homecoming gesture, I thought maybe tonight I'd start out by singing one of Chicago's currently popular songs entitled "I Knew I Was in a Horrible Mess When I Was Approached by Elliot Ness." But I always feel, but really, I always feel kind of choked up about Chicago, because actually this is where I grew up. I'll admit I didn't grow up very high. This is where it happened. And one thing, though, I've never been sensitive about being short. I'll say that. I've always felt this way. I may be small on the outside, but I'm big on the inside. A condition which sometimes leads to a very tight skin. But, like I was saying, I was born up here on the northwest side, and I remember exactly where it happened. And it was in our family home on Waveland Avenue. And I'll never forget the day I was born. No, I shouldn't say that. I really do. I do forget the day I was born. I had so many other things on my mind. But I remember because my mom was always talking about it. She tells me about the first time my dad looked at me, and then he looked at the doctor, and then he looked at her, and then he looked at me, and then he looked at the doctor. And finally the doctor said, what name have you chosen for the baby? And my father said, I'm not going to name it. And see, he'd heard that old expression, if you name it, you can have it, and he didn't want it. But me, you don't have to be so agreeable. But me, being kind of sentimental, I spent the whole day today just roaming around the old neighborhood where I grew up and just, kind of taking a chance. I went to the house where my Aunt Emma and Uncle Chester used to live. And what do you think about this? They were still there. And Aunt Emma was still having her same old problems with Uncle Chester. Because he's, you've all known people who, he drinks. And it's not that he's one of them fellas that drinks to forget, because he doesn't have anything to forget. The reason for that is he drinks so much he never remembers anything. But he's in a little trouble now, and I felt bad about it. He dreamed up a brand new cocktail, and he's been firing that up pretty good lately. It's vodka and Metrocal. But I guess it's all right. Of course, he only weighs 8 pounds, but he's always so drunk it doesn't worry. So I left their place in a hurry, and a little further down the block, I come to the house where my first girlfriend lived, Hilda Bullfinch. And old Hildy, she was a nice girl. The only thing is, she didn't have, as opposed to other girls, let's say that Hilda was not the prettiest girl in town. Let's say that. In Boys Town, she wouldn't have been. But I'll never forget my first date with Hilda. Well, I took her home after the date, and I'm getting along real good, and finally I got real bold there on the front porch, and what I did, I kissed her. I gave her a big swoopy, and that was a mistake, really. I can laugh at it now, but at the time, at that time, Hilda was wearing braces on her teeth. She had braces on her uppers, braces on her lowers, and when I kissed her, she got so excited that she bit me and stapled my lips together. Matter of fact, it took a plumber about 2 hours to separate her. It's a pretty exciting 2 hours, too, I'll tell you. But that sort of soured me on girls for a while, so it was then that I started playing the guitar and getting myself a little act together, which was natural because of my father being in show business. I say he was in show business, my father, but he wasn't really in show business. He was, I say he was in show business, but he wasn't. I just say he was in a business, and it reminded you of show business, but not very much. See, he was one of them fellas, what he did, he stood in the window of a waffle shop, and he flipped flapjacks. That's sort of like show business. And he was a pretty good flapjack flipper, too. And he got a lot. The only thing is, every time I get to talking about the waffle shop, I get a little sentimental, too, because that's where my father first met my mother. And he was in the window flipping them flapjacks, and she was outside watching him flipping them. The way he got acquainted with her, I think, is kind of interesting. See, what he did was, he wrote his name and his phone number on the window in maple syrup. And that was pretty good, except the syrup ran a little bit. And for a couple of weeks there, my mother thought she was going out with a fellow named Gobel. And another problem, for them, holding hands was a pretty sticky mess, I'll tell you that. But actually, I think I've reminisced enough. That's all in the past, and many, many things have changed since those days. But I always will think fondly of Chicago, so before I go, I would just like to pass on a word of advice to young people who are growing up here today just as I did years ago. So then, this is your old friend, Lonesome George, leaving you with this thought. Keep your shoulder to the wheel, your ear to the ground, and your nose to the grindstone. Now, you may not get very far in that position, but you're sure going to attract a lot of attention. Well, what do you know? My itty-bitty butt, right here, I finally got on a show where I'm taller than somebody. I think, what's on your mind, Stretch? Well, no, I don't think so. I think I got a better idea, really. How about you playing the harmonica and I sing along with you? Well, now that spooky old Alice ain't going to like that at all. Matter of fact, I didn't think too much of it myself. But if we're going to do something, you see, they didn't give us any stools out here. I guess they must figure that we're both close enough to the floor as it is. An idea? Thinking all the time. Thank you very tenderly. You start. Me and my shadow strolling down the tell our troubles to. And when it's 12 o'clock, we climb the stairs. We never knock. Nobody's there, just me. And my shadow, all alone and feeling blue.
Also weighs 1 pound, contains the same number of calories, but Miracle Brand is whipped to give you 6 sticks in every pound, which means you get
36 more packs per pound and 12 less calories per pack.
It's a shopper's delight. 6 sticks instead of 4. That means you get 36 extra packs in every pound, because Miracle Margarine is whipped. 36 extra packs to spread on more bread, to make more sandwiches. Easy to spread, too, and wonderfully good. Use Miracle freely on hot foods also. That delicate Miracle flavor does wonders for potatoes and other vegetables. So when you're shopping, remember that Miracle gives you
36 more packs per pound and 12 less calories per pack. Miracle Margarine by Kraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Gennaro and his dancers in the South Rampart Street Parade.
boy, Peter Gennaro. So wonderful. Because we're taking part in the restaurant convention, we'd like to present at this time the Outstanding Waitress of the Year. You've heard the show business expression, the comedian's comedian. Well, this young lady is the waitress's waitress. She only waits on waitresses. I want you to watch her handle this tray with 4 blue plate dinners on it. Waitress!
What would you like, sir?
Your prices are pretty high. What is the cheapest thing you have here?
The prince.
Do you have an English muffin?
No, but we have a Danish pastry that's taking blitz. That's very funny, isn't it? Take a blitz. Did I hurt you, honey?
I'd like to have a mustard plaster.
Oh, no.
And would you bring me an assortment of Kraft products, please?
No, I don't think that's on the menu tonight.
It better be. Would you please clear this table off?
Clear the table?
Yes.
Yes, indeedy duty.
Now watch the waitress clear the table. Poetry in motion.
Hi, Perry.
Oh, no. What are you doing here?
Chicago, a toddling town. Boy, are we going to toddle in Chicago, right, Perry? I brought my gun.
No, Paul, those days are all over, forever.
Well, we're going to bring them back, aren't we, pal?
I don't know about that.
We'll do a little bootlegging. You don't mind my sitting here, of course you don't.
No.
Perry, we're going to have a time tonight. I've got it all planned.
Well, Mrs. Como is with me.
Oh, I knew she was here, but I took care of that. She won't bother us tonight. I had her arrested.
Arrested?
In the Black Mariah, she screamed all the way. I'm just kidding. But we can't have one night on the town, just you and me and this little black book I brought along with me. Now needs a few numbers to put in it. Do you know any numbers, Perry?
Well, how about a chorus of Stardust?
Oh, that's a good one. Play on words.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to have a time here. Where'll we go tonight?
Well, we can go over and look at the Wrigley building.
Oh, it ain't there anymore, Perry. I took the wrapper off and chewed it up. All that's left there's a big bubble. Let your George Gobel top that.
Well. You gentlemen want separate checks?
No, I'll take the check.
Oh, no, you won't, Perry. This whole dinner's on me.
All righty.
No. We'll have none of that, huh?
No.
Please.
Who are you?
I'm Perry's pal, Paul. Are you anybody?
Goomba, just once. Just a little bit.
No.
Let her do it, Perry. I love violence.
No, after the show, why don't you fix him up a nice sandwich with these Kraft products?
Would you, Perry? Do it like they do in those commercials on your program. You've got the hands for it. I've always said they should let you make the sandwiches and get somebody else to do the singing.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Look, I'll make the sandwiches, and you tell me just what you want.
Right.
All right. Close up. All righty.
First, you take a slice of cheese.
Yes, please.
Now add some delicious barbecue sauce.
Delicious barbecue sauce? Yes, indeed. A little more.
Now, 2 more slices of cheese.
2 more slices of cheese? Yes, indeed.
And, don't forget a thick slice of exotic peanut brittle.
Exotic peanut brittle? Yes, indeed, Judy. Exotic peanut brittle. 1 peanut brittle and 1 for good luck. Ta-da.
And to give it flavor, sprinkle a healthy helping of fudgy.
Fudgy? Why not? Yes, indeed.
And to top it all off, a heavenly spoonful of wonderful Miracle Whip.
All righty. Yes, indeed.
And leave the spoon in it to give the sandwich body.
All righty.
This recipe does not necessarily represent the opinion of our sponsor.
Right you are, Perry. And if you ever make a sandwich like that, throw it away and take the family out to a restaurant. Tonight, to salute our guests of the food service industry, we want to show you some of the very special foods you can enjoy when you take the family out to eat, and a few of the ideas that Kraft passes on to restaurant people all over the country. For example, here is clam chowder just as it's made on Cape Cod, but you may find it on the menu hundreds of miles from New England, because Kraft has made the original recipe available to restaurants everywhere. And here's an idea from Portland, Oregon, for either steak or baked potatoes. Those are little balls of table spread mixed with zippy Roquefort cheese and then tossed in chopped parsley. From San Francisco comes this entree salad, combining turkey with both vegetables and fruits. A California specialty you may enjoy in Des Moines or Omaha. And how about this French cheesecake from New Orleans, where they smother it in strawberry sauce? Maybe over the holiday weekend you're going on a motor trip, and we'll take the family to several of America's good roadside eating places. America's restaurants give you such exciting adventures in food, it's good to eat out often. At a drive-in, Dad will probably order a cheeseburger. The extra good ones are made with the fine cheese Kraft cuts and wraps specially for restaurants. And look how the ketchup goes on, the neat Kraft way. At a restaurant, Mother may order French fried shrimp that are extra crispy because they were fried in a Kraft shortening. Sis may want crispy waffles that are made quickly and efficiently with ingredients supplied by Kraft. Watch how she pours on the syrup from one of the individual sealed servings that Kraft supplies to restaurants. Many of the good things you enjoy, from appetizers to dessert, have been prepared with these fine Kraft foods that are especially packaged for restaurant use. Whether you eat at home or are eating out, you can depend on Kraft for good food and good food ideas.
Sing to me, Mr. C. Sing to me the song that I've been waiting to hear. Just for me, Mr. C. Just for me. Everybody else will disappear.
Oh, how I miss you tonight. Miss you when lights are low. Oh, how I need you tonight. More than you'll ever know. Each moment, though we're apart, You're never out of my heart, but I'd rather be lonely and wait for you only, dear one. How I miss you tonight. I miss you when lights are low, more than you'll ever know. Each moment, though we're apart, you're never out of my heart, but I'd rather be lonely and wait for you only, dear one. How I miss you tonight. Heartaches, I love you more, only heartaches. Your kiss was such a sacred thing to me. I can't believe it's just a burning memory. Heartaches, that's a song, friends. It takes me back about 25 years when I sang with Ted Weems' Orchestra in Chicago. Actually, I didn't sing it, I whistled it. I didn't whistle it, I scraped it, you know. Elmo Tanner did the whistling. I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, we played the Trianon, we played the Aragon Ballrooms, the Black Hawk, the Palmer House, Edgewater Beach, and a few joints I'd rather not mention. I was kind of a boy soprano then. Chicago was very good to us. In fact, our boy Ronnie was born right here in Chicago at the Passavant Hospital. Our own Ray Charles was born here. Martha Raye was raised here, and so was George Gobel, and that was back when the big dance bands were the real stuff in this town. I imagine a lot of you folks here at the McCormick Theater tonight used to dance to these bands back in the days when music was danceable. I remember the fellow that used to announce that he used to sort of cup his hand over his ear and say, from the world-famous Aragon Ballroom, you've been listening to the music of the Waltz King, Wayne King and his orchestra. The waltz you saved for me.
From the College Inn, deep in the Sherman Hotel, we bring you the music of the old maestro, Ben Burney, and all his lads. And now, stepping up to the microphone is little Georgie Gobel.
Well, let's all sing like the birdies sing. Tweet, 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 tweet. Let's all sing like the birdies sing. Tweet, 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 tweet. Let's all warble like nightingales. Give your throat a treat. Take your time from the birds. Now you know all the words. Tweet, 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 tweet.
Boardwalk of the Edgewater Beach Hotel along the shores of beautiful Lake Michigan, it's the Orrin Tucker Orchestra, featuring the voice of the diminutive wee Bonnie Raye.
Oh, Johnny, how you can love. Oh, Johnny, heaven to die. You've made my sad heart jump with joy. And when I'm near, I just can't sit still a minute, I'm so. Oh Johnny, please tell me too, what makes me love you so? You're not handsome, it's true, but when I look at you, I'm so. Oh Johnny, hey Johnny, your mother wants you.
From the Empire Room of the Palmer House in downtown Chicago, it's Chet Fields and his Riddle Riddle.
From Chicago's South Side at the Granada Cafe, it's the sweetest music this side of heaven. Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadian. And here is the trio featuring Carmen.
He's got me crying for you. And I'd like to hear and cry and cry. I never see the truth. I'll tell my mama on you. The little game that you play has made her baby oh so blue. You left me in the lurch.
Left me waiting at the church.
Ooh. Look, I'm crying for you. Someday you'll feel like I do, and you. People do.
From the plush Joseph Urban Room in the Congress Hotel on Michigan Boulevard, we bring you the king of swing, Benny Goodman. The famous Fireman Ballroom on Cottage Grove Avenue in Chicago's South Side, it's Ted Weems' orchestra featuring his newest singing discovery, and here he is, Perry Como.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We can't leave without expressing our thanks to everyone in Chicago for their kindness and their courtesies during our visit here. And we must do this more often. I want to leave one final thought with all of you folks and the restaurant people here in our audience tonight. While you're away, who's minding the store?
And now, if you're not too nervous, would you like to dance, shall we? Good night.
From McCormick Place in Chicago on the shores of beautiful Lake Michigan, NBC is bringing you the danceable rhythms of Rich Ayres and his Kraft Cheese Orchestra, featuring the song stars of that voice soprano, Terry Como, the novelty guitarist George Gobel, our champagne lady Martha Raye, and that sure be a Johnny Puleo on the harmonica. And this is Frank Gallop wishing from all of us to all of you a very happy weekend.
This is Peter Lynde Hayes, along with Mary Healy, inviting you to stay tuned as we prove that Peter loves Mary, next over most of these NBC stations.
Ed Hurley for Kraft. To get all of tonight's recipes free, send your name and address to Kraft Television Recipes, Box 1718, Chicago.